Welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're back, man. Episode 249.
Yes, sir.
A quick disclaimer. It is Thursday night, and me and Keith are recording because Keith will be taking off tomorrow out of town with his family for Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. And I would tag along, but unfortunately I'll be at work, so I won't have enough time to turn around there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're doing this Thursday because we want you guys to have a treat. Right, and I think we're probably just figuring out whether we're gonna release it. You know what? No, we're gonna release it at the same time on Monday.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, sometimes those podcasts get lost in a shuffle when you do it around the holidays. So
yeah,
might as well stick to our normal time.
Yeah, you guys will be you'll be back in transit, going to work and stuff again. Yeah, and by the time you hear this, you would have been your Christmas and stuff. You'll have opened all your gifts up and you'll be disappointed. Yeah, man. Christmas is a motherfucker though, man. It's crazy. I think as we get older though, the expectation of gifts is just lower and lower and lower and lower. I don't have any expectations. I have zero expectations. Yeah. If you give me a hug, that's all I need for Christmas. Like, I swear to God, that's all I need from anyone, really. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's you almost just surprised or shocked to get something. Yeah. So, but I think sometimes the best gifts are like those the ones that require thought. Not necessarily the $300-$400 gift, but the one that's like, dang, you've been needing a new. I don't know. It could be something like a pen, like what I mean, like, or pencils or something like that. Like, dang, you've been really needing new pencils. You just never got around to buying it, and they just come through with a bunch of mechanical pencils or something like that. So yeah, it's the small shit. Mm-hmm. Like for me, man, I'm gonna be with my family on Sunday out of town in Wasco, just enjoying and having some food, catching up with family. Mm-hmm. My heart goes out to people that don't really have family like that, or to the people that's homeless and stuff like that. That shit, it fucks me up. Yeah, it's tough for those people that don't really got nobody. I don't know why, but it's like this narrative on my side that like you just be sitting at home during the holidays, and I'd be like, Eddie gonna be all right. Like, so that they invite you places like with the expectation that you're gonna be on a truck or something like that. Oh no, I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, Eddie got family. Because they'd be like trying to like pressure me to pressure you into doing stuff. I'm like, I can ask him once, but I'm not just like begging this man to come. Yeah. So, yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, because your mom was like, when she had mentioned like, we're gonna be out here. You guys are going to the cabin or something, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, we're gonna be out here. We'd love for you to come. Mm-hmm. And I just told her like I couldn't make it because of when I would need to be back to work. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, okay. If anything changes, just let me know, okay? Mm-hmm. But you could just tell she just kind of felt let down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 But yeah, I'll be with my family. That'll be a quick turnaround trip. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I love your mom, man. She's always been like inviting me everywhere to everything. Yeah. Where's that gust of cold air coming from? I don't know. Is it coming from the vents? Nah, it should be heat coming from there. It's probably, I feel that shit. Yeah. I can feel it. It's like, dude, you guys turned the fucking heat off. Yeah. They probably turned it off and it's like got residual air. They just blowing out before it stops. It's probably, that's probably what it is. Because it was heat. It was hot before. They seen us coming up. They seen us coming up. They was like, oh, these niggas here. Fuck this. We ain't spending no money on them. Yeah. But yeah, Christmas, man. And I'll say this. Last year at this time, I was spending my last Christmas with my father. Mm-hmm. And he had a fucking blast. We had some amazing food. Yeah. We watched some. What'd y'all eat? We just had we had basically like Thanksgiving food. You know how black folks do. Mm-hmm. It was just a full course of just macaroni and cheese and chicken and turkey and gravy and stuffing and all kind of stuff, mashed potatoes, macaroni, like everything. Yeah. And we had an amazing meal, and my dad had so much fun. He was so happy. Yeah. Beautiful. And I got to spend I got to go through a whole experience before my dad passed, man, and I think that I'll hold on to that because
Yeah.
you know, as of the last couple of days, been passing, I've been crying a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because, you know, you going through the holidays with your folks, man. And that was my dad. So it's different. But I'm not bringing this up to bring the podcast down. I'm bringing this up because you guys that have your aunts, your uncles, your uncle, or you might have an uncle that's an alcoholic and he's kind of a dickhead, you know, just embrace him and love him, man. You know, because this could be your last Christmas or Thanksgiving with some of these people. You don't know.
Yeah. That was the thing. I remember my brother and my mom my mom was like sad that because a lot of my cousins and my brother and my sister, they all work at the same job, and they were all trying to get Christmas off, but they work at a place where they have to take care of like human beings. So it ain't just like you could close a store or something. Like, you know, they're responsible for, you know, managing people, and they weren't able to all get like certain days off. Like one of my cousins has to work on Christmas, and then you know, my brother, he has to work on the Friday, and so it was like a whole thing. And my mom just texted me and my brother and was basically saying like, you know, my little brother couldn't get the day off, and my older brother was kind of dismissive a little bit, like, man, it ain't nothing to worry about. And I was like, nah, like this is a big deal, like because you don't know, you know, the 2021 was the last time you spent Christmas with your father. Like, you know, it's my uncle. One of the last times I had seen him in person was on, you know, the Christmas before he passed away.
That was 19, right? Mm-hmm. That's when I seen him. We all had a fun time.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, imagine somebody had it just, you know, you don't want to think about like crazy scenarios, but you just never know. Like, you just never know when you'll see somebody for the last time. So being able to gather as a collective, you know, on these holidays is more important than work.
It is.
Work is just like
it's crazy because in 19 I hugged him up and stuff and told him I loved him, and then, you know, he had, you know, the incident after that, and then the next year when we had Christmas, we had it at your Uncle Richard's, and that we just all said like a prayer, and everybody was more like crying. He hadn't passed yet, but he was still on life support. Yeah, and it was just a totally different landscape. You know what I mean, you never know what the fuck's gonna go on in your family, man.
Yeah, for sure. So. And I think one of the biggest things around this time is it's ironic because it's like very polarizing. Yeah. There are some people that are very happy to be with their family, to open up presents with their kids and stuff like that. And then there are some people that are very sad. And, you know, there are people that have family pass away on Christmas. Yeah. And, you know, all the most craziest scenarios. So, you know, I think at this time of year, it's definitely important to, you know, reach out to people you haven't talked to in a while. And definitely talk, you know, share how you're doing with people, you know, just open up to people, because I mean, my grandma's birthday is tomorrow. You know, she passed away, but her birthday is on the 23rd. So it's definitely like, you know, those memories get triggered by, you know, just different scenarios in the holidays, you know, just because you spend the majority of your life with that person being there, and then all of a sudden it's like they're taken away from you, and you're trying to navigate the holidays without these people. So
yeah, man, it's a totally different thing. Yeah, it's a trip, man. I remember your grandmother pretty good too. You know, especially when I was in high school. I'm trying to remember what year did she pass. That was it
was like 11.
Like 11 right in there.
Yeah, I think so.
It was quite some time ago. But yeah, man. Merry Christmas to all that will hear this. And I hope you had an amazing time with your family and friends and whatnot. Yeah, I don't got much else to say about Christmas.
I would say happy holidays too, because, you know, there's different people out there that don't. They might celebrate Hanukkah or, you know, different holidays.
You might be Jehovah's Witness or something. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do knocking on people's door and shit during Christmas, but like. Not getting the door open. I remember back in the day, my dad used to kind of overreact to Jehovah's Witnesses. Like they would come to the door and knock, and he'd be like, "Stay away from the door. Stay away from the door. Why do y'all keep coming to my house?" I was like, what the fuck? Why is he so mad at these people? Just take the pamphlet, man. When they give me like a little pamphlet, I just take it.
That's all you got to do. Huh?
Yeah, Desmond be sitting there talking to them for fucking hours.
Yeah, Desmond would be like chopping it.
But
up.
he's been like that though. This is not new. Desmond has been like since high school. Desmond has been like this.
Talk to anybody.
Yeah, but he'll talk to. It don't matter who it is, Muslim, Jehovah Witness, whatever. He'll just sit there and talk to him, and they be knowing him by name. Like, hey, Desmond.
Yeah, is Desmond? I remember it was a couple times where the Jehovah's Witness, like they would come to the door for Desmond.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't be there. So the dude just start talking to me. And I'm sitting there for 30 minutes listening to the whole conversation about.
They done held you hostage.
Yeah, what they believe. I'm like, dang. And it's a routine for me.
Yeah, and then Keith don't know how to tell people to fuck off, man.
Yeah, I'm not as
Yeah, with me, I'll be like, hey man, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But my thing is I'll do what most black people do when they make up an excuse to get off the phone. They're like, hey man, I got this cereal in here, man. Let me hit you back. It'd be anything. It's like, oh man, the game about to come on or whatever it is. They make up any fucking excuse to get off the phone.
Yeah, I'm about to knock this food down. I'll holler at you.
They're like, hey, I gotta tie my shoes, man. Let me hit you back. That's the biggest lie I ever told. Black folks be like, hey, I'm gonna hit you back. They'll never call you back.
Just not call you back.
I'll be like, hey man, God bless you. I'll just catch you later.
Yeah.
Because I know you ain't calling a nigga back anyway.
Yeah. If I do say I'm gonna hit you back, it's just like I just don't put a time frame on it because I'd be like, I'm gonna talk to you eventually.
I'm like, Keith is gonna be doing whatever he's gonna be doing.
Yeah.
I just leave Keith to his own devices, man.
Yeah. Please don't text me.
All right, switching gears. Non-binary gingerbread cookies. Okay. And I know this is a hilarious story, but let me go and dig in. A bakery owner defends selling non-binary gingerbread people after getting backlash when a picture of the treat went viral. A bakery boss has been forced to defend himself following backlash for selling non-binary gingerbread people. Social media erupted this week after people noticed that a Lancashire bakery was selling gender-neutral ginger biscuits, traditionally known as gingerbread men. One user said, absolute madness, won't even be able to call it gingerbread soon in case it offends gingers.
Oh, dang. That's funny.
Another added, what is worse, a gingerbread that doesn't have a gender or people getting angry about gingerbread that doesn't have a gender? Who cares? Despite the trolling, Bemused boss Paul Cook was more shocked that it had taken people so long to notice the biscuits. He said, I thought it would be funny, and that's how it came about. But it's taken 3 years for someone to make a big deal of it. We began putting labels on them before COVID, but we had people coming in saying it was wrong and they were not men. So I had to chat with my printer about it, and he said, why don't we just call them non-binary? Mm-hmm. The bakery has been selling gingerbread biscuits for 20 years, but began labeling their products when Natasha's law was laid in Parliament during 2019. Okay, this is hilarious. You know what I would do if I was selling gingerbread cookies, man? I would get a gingerbread cookie and put a big old dick on it.
Ha! That way it ain't no questions about what type of gender that thing is.
It'll be a gingerbread dick in there. They're like, this is a gingerbread man.
Yeah.
Right? And then on the gingerbread woman, just put the lips on.
Just a little.
Just put a hole.
Yeah.
Just put a hole right there.
Hole.
Yeah, man. I would have what do you call it? A BGD. It would have a BGD on it.
What's that?
A big gingerbread dick. Oh man, yeah, this is hilarious. This is what we came to as a society: is we have to label non-binary stuff, and it's like, man, this is a first world problem because in other countries where they're going through real problems and real oppression, they don't have time to worry about what gingerbread got a dick or not. Mm-hmm. Like they got real shit going on. They like, yo, we getting shot at every night.
Yeah,
you know, we got the goddamn Taliban over there.
We getting rocks thrown at us.
Yeah, the motherfuckers trying to stone us to death and shit, man. we got real shit going on, so we can't worry about gingerbread out here.
I think is genius business, right? Mm-hmm. Because one, it's kind of stirring up a conversation. Two, I think to me, what I heard from that article, it kind of sounded more like a joke. Like it was just something that kind of happened. Like there's a ginger. It's just a cookie. There's no genitals on it, anyways. He just like put a label on it, and some people probably felt included. What I would have done is just did the whole thing. Like I would have put them all next to each other. Gingerbread, gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, and then the non-binary gingerbread people, and really cause like a uproar. But it's like it's all about inclusion. I think it's a little bit of nonsense and a little bit of like just being funny. And it's crazy because he said he did that a few years ago, but it's kind of finally
it's finally
catching some steam.
Yeah, I just think sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to build up.
Yeah,
sure. The word of mouth was spreading, and then finally it made its rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's just hilarious. It's just just something to shed some light on.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of get a little bit of humor out of in the podcast. But no, man.
What else? What other things are non-binary things are they gonna force on us in 2023?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. But it just doesn't hold up because as a society, none of us really subscribe to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of us. Like if you lined up 100 people and said like, do you think that this should be non-binary? They'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Women and men, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was watching this, and this was very interesting to me. I was watching this thing. It's called The Hollywood Reporter, where they do a round table of screenwriters. Hollywood is the most liberal place in the world, probably.
Uh-huh.
And one of the questions were to actually it wasn't writers, it was probably like actors, and one of the questions was when people come up to you on the street, like what does he or she say to you? So there was like Samuel L. Jackson and a couple other people, the guy that played Magic Johnson in that TV show.
Yeah.
And they're all around, and she asked that question. I was like, dang, that's interesting because, when you think of Hollywood, I would imagine they would do the PC version of that. Like, what do he, she, they, just ask it in that way instead of asking it in the gender specific way. But I say that to say that it is a lot of people out there that is just not, they're just not with the whole like creating all these spaces for everybody to be included.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's such a small percentage of people that think like this that I don't think we should disrespect people at all. But if you say like firemen, like why is fireman a thing? Like why can't it be fire people? It's like, how about you just shut the fuck up? How about that?
You can burn if you want to. I'm not calling the fireman.
I'm not calling a fireman. What if I wanted to call a woman? It's like, well, you gonna burn because it ain't hardly no women as firemen. Like it's some in firehouses, but it's mainly men that are firemen, unfortunately. So it's like if you don't want to call a fireman, you want to call a firewoman. That might take a couple weeks because they probably in New York or back east somewhere.
Yeah,
people. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. Like I don't know. I don't know. If I said I want a male nurse now, it's gonna take them a minute.
Yeah,
it's not too many male nurses. It's predominantly females that are nurses at hospitals. Women dominate the medical field is dominated by women.
Yeah,
right. So I don't know. People got a real lopsided, fucked up way they think.
I think we need to just accept reality sometimes. If you drive, if you're on the road driving trucks, predominantly men doing that type of job. Nurses is predominantly women.
Yep.
I can't think of any other jobs right now, but there's just
clerical type work. Like dispatchers,
like office staff. And I think, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine more female teachers, like slightly towards female teachers. Yeah, receptionists, just those type of jobs.
So, librarians.
Librarian, yeah.
You say the word librarian, automatically woman pops up.
Think of an old white lady.
Hey, you didn't return your book on time. I'd be like, I don't care. I bet you there's some people that got books from like probably high school that they ain't turned in.
Me.
Oh yeah,
I for sure got books at the crib that I ain't turned. Hamlet and stuff like that.
This nigga Keith got his football helmet from high school still.
Yeah, shout out to Brian Burrell.
I
don't know if he listened to the podcast, but
I
got our helmet.
Yeah, them helmets them wasn't the upgraded helmets. Them was the CTE helmets.
Yeah.
Them the helmets that we used when we wanted to get brain injuries. They was heavy and bulky and man,
that was actually like the helmets nowadays. There's so many different versions of them, but those were like the lighter helmets. Because, probably when you were in high school and when I was in like junior high, everything was so heavy.
It was very
Cleats
heavy.
Were heavy.
Everything
helmets
was
heavy. It's just, I remember we sat as ugly Reebok cleats. I hated them so much, but they were like high top with the rubber soles.
Oh, the molded ones.
Yeah, molded soles. Like all cleats is molded now. They don't have too many screw-in cleats, but back then, it was just rubber. It was just heavy, and they looked ugly. It was just the worst. But yeah.
I kind of I low key like the little screw-in cleats, but the only problem is sometimes the screw it could break out.
Yeah, it'll like strip the. Yeah, I know. I had these dope Jordan cleats that I had my freshman year, and I was wearing them. I was gonna wear them my sophomore year, but the one like right by the arch of your foot, like right here, that one broke off. So I was like, couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, they never thought that shit through.
Yeah.
Nike fucked up. But I had a pair, I forgot what they were called, but they were really nice, really lightweight, super lightweight. Those cleats, I would wear them now. And I had
in high school?
Oh yeah. Those cleats, I would wear them now, but I had those cleats back in 2002. So those are pretty decent cleats, but the fucking bottom part always broke off.
Yeah, man.
It's like, what's the point of this shit?
I could remember like just that clacking sound, like clack, 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 clack. When you get those with the cleats with the metal tip.
Yeah, yeah. The thing that's fucked up about those cleats though is those tips wear down too quick. Too quick. If you do anything off grass, if you walk on any hard surface, it's just melting that shit down.
Yeah. Even the walk to the field.
Yeah,
because you got to walk on some cement, but that walk to the field is.
Oh yeah,
wear your cleats. I wonder if, like in the NFL, do they have like more softer surfaces to the field, just to conserve those cleats?
Possibly, but these motherfuckers got multiple pairs of cleats they wear all the time.
Yeah, nigga Nick Bosa got new J's every week.
Yeah, I be seeing that. Yep, but yeah, man. There's that. Enjoy your non-binary cookies on Christmas. You even leave one for Santa and give him a glass of milk. Hopefully by now Santa is not lactose intolerant. If he is, he's going to be taking a shit at your house. He's going to be going back up the chimney and just leaving shit all over the side of the wall.
Non-binary cow milk, that's probably fire.
What's wild is how like a lot of kids, they still be believing in Santa. If I had kids, bro, I don't think I would have them believing in Santa, bro.
Yeah, DJ was just talking about that. His angle was like, I don't necessarily like to lie to my kids, but I'm not gonna crush their dreams either.
Yeah, but I don't want my kids believing that a fat white man is giving them free shit. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the thing about it too is now I gotta lie even worse because, like, let's say you're a parent, right? Let's say you're a parent, but you live in an apartment. And you ain't got no chimney. How the fuck is Santa getting in there?
Yeah.
Right? Like if you live in apartment D5, how the fuck is he getting in there?
Yeah. Or how do you explain to the kid that got straight A's, but he also poor? You know, he lives somewhere on the east side of Bakersfield and he live in an apartment and he like, man, I've been good all year. I'm about to get me some presents. Then on Christmas morning, it ain't nothing under the tree.
Nah.
But an IOU.
Nah. Well, the thing is if the parents got food stamps though, they could get him his favorite snacks and be like, ho ho ho, Santa left you some pizza rolls.
I don't want no snacks for Christmas.
When you pour
Capri Suns for Christmas.
Shit, when you pour, you lucky you get anything. You lucky you get any fucking thing. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. It's unfortunate, man, but that's what it is. Switching gears. Tight end Hayden Hagler. Recently, tight end Hayden Hagler, who plays for Jackson State, he dropped a pivotal pass, and they ended up losing the game. And here's why it's a story. Jackson State is a black college, right? That was the head coach was Deion Sanders, and it's been a historically black college, but there's a lot of white students that go to these what do you call it? HBCUs, excuse me. And Hayden Hagler was a white tight end, and he dropped a pass, and there was a lot of hate towards him after he dropped that pass. A lot of racial shit, man. And I think as a black man, it's my responsibility to point that out. See, now, if I've seen multiple black athletes make a mistake in a game, and then people was calling them niggers and, threatening their family and shit like that, and I'm like, this shit is racist as a motherfucker. Right? But let me be clear. The shit that's happening to Hayden Hagler right now is racist as a motherfucker. And it's coming from black people. And as a person that's supposed to be objective, you can't sit back and not say anything when you see this happening. They're threatening him. They're threatening his family. They've also stated, oh, we could have got one of our own in here. Well, we don't need no white boy dropping passes at a black college. And I'm like, yo, like, this is fucking unnecessary. And it's also hypocritical, because if you cry or complain about any form of racism and you turn around because this kid dropped the fucking pass and you like, man, get that white boy out of here. And I was looking at comments on TikTok. I seen it right when it happened. And he said, man, this is why we got to get our own in the schools, right? And then a black dude popped up and he said, so would it be any better if a black athlete dropped the pass? He said, honestly, yeah. I'm like, what a fucking ignorant statement to make. That's just an ignorant ass statement to make.
Yeah.
This kid is receiving death threats. What the fuck is wrong with these people? This is low. Deion came out and he had to say, hey, the stuff that's going on with this kid is ignorant. Y'all need to stop. Leave him alone. This is my player. Deion stood 10 toes down for him, man, and you should.
No, he didn't. He stood like 7, 8 toes down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah, because he's missing his freaking toes. All right. But, yeah, I think it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up that a lot of mainly black people are getting on him. Not to mention the defense gave up 41 motherfucking points. Which is one of the reasons why they really lost that game. We could narrow it down to a drop pass, but goddamn, you saying you calling the white boy all kind of crackers and like we don't need them in our school no more and all of this, and it's like, bro, this is the same shit we went through for many years in America. And here, the funny thing about it, it's some black people that's like, I mean, so what, man? I mean, fuck that white boy, man. Shit, and they did it to us, and it's like, bro,
yeah,
like this, like really, like this is where that's where you taking it. It happened to us, so why would you like replicate that?
Yeah,
that don't even make no sense. Over a drop pass, you think it's worthy of him getting death threats? Like, we seen a lot of our great Martin Luther King getting death threats, Malcolm X getting death threats, all kind of people getting death threats, athletes getting death threats. Kyle Williams from the Niners, when he dropped those 2 punts, getting death threats, threatening him and his family, calling them niggers and shit. This shit is unnecessary. I don't give a fuck who's doing it. And since it's black people that's doing this shit, I can't just be like, yeah, it's tough for the kid, and then just switch to the next subject. You got to be able to keep the same energy. And I'm sure that it's probably some of our black listeners is like, man, we could talk about something else. It's like, oh, so you want to talk about when black people are being fucked over, right? Let's talk about that. We can. But when the situation is happening to somebody else, don't just sit there and be quiet, because you've invalidated yourself now. Now you don't have a legitimate argument to say anything, because you racist just like the motherfuckers that's doing it to him.
Yeah. No, I think that one, I think we got to realize that this is just a football game.
Yep.
Like this is not. This has no bearing on the real world. Like this is just college athletes playing football. He dropped a pass, and that's pretty much it. So to put all this pressure, this make all this like significance to a freaking football game, like you don't realize how stupid you sound, And I think another thing is like these are young people, 19, 20, 21 years old. Like these people are barely, some of them not even old enough to buy alcohol.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're sending these like, these death threats to these kids. And it's along with that, when you are a person that like stands by Colin Kaepernick, you know what I mean? You're boycotting the things, or you feel like Colin Kaepernick has been wronged in any sort of instance, or you kind of just you see the injustices and the like the George Floyd situations and stuff like that.
Right.
You can't like be an ally or align yourself with these struggles or these fights, and then also be in the comments talking crazy about a white man that dropped a football. Like
that's just fucking ignorant.
You kind of lose all validity to what you're saying when you start, saying these disparaging things about somebody that just dropped a football. Like it happens all the time. Like a lot of black players on that team was missing tackles, and a lot of black players on that team was getting scored on, and all these different things, dropping passes and stuff like that. But when it comes to him, you're able to. It's kind of like, just because he's the anomaly, it's easy to kind of pick him out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I imagine that's the same thing that happened back in the day. Excuse me, when there was like one black player on the basketball team, or, one of the early football players. If Jackie Robinson, maybe if he had an error or something like that, or he struck out, it was like, oh man, we got this nigger on our team.
Exactly, but it did. It happened to just the best example. Jackie Robinson, they'd be yelling, "This is a white man's game, boy. It's a white man's game. What are you doing out here? What do you think you're doing? Stupid monkey!" Like he was getting that done to him, right? And that's why that movie 42 is probably one of the best baseball movies ever. Just highlighting his struggles and how he overcame that. But it's in regards to sticking to the subject. I got to read this part of this article here. It says, in a Facebook post by Pastor E. Dewey Smith of the House of Hope in Georgia, he shared text messages from Hagler's mother detailing that she had family had received threatening messages from anonymous sources. Hagler's mother explained that the situation was so bad that she and Hagler's girlfriend, who were watching the game at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, had to hide in the bathroom till the stadium was empty. She also mentioned insights to the struggles their family has faced in the past, losing 3 sons due to depression. She says that Tigers tight end prayed for that play so he could make them proud, but it backfired. In a post-game video, former Jackson State coach Deion Sanders was seen consoling Hagler in the locker room, telling him that it ain't on you, that's on us. We lost together. Do you understand? I need you to fight through this adversity. This is going to prepare you for life. That moment is going to make you be one for the rest of your life. Right? Now, that's the thing, bro. The one that stuck out to me the most, it says, she also mentioned the struggles their family has faced in the past, losing 3 sons due to depression. So when you're calling him a cracker and you are threatening his family, you don't know what's going on within that family.
Yeah.
They've lost 3 sons due to depression. And you writing this shit in the comments. He dropped the pass, man. Leave him the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it too is it's never going to end, because I really hope and pray that this kid has eligibility still. I believe he does. And either he could stay at Jackson State or go somewhere else. But Deion talked about the struggles he had to overcome just to be on the team.
The white dude?
Yeah, Hayden Hagler. So he had to you know, he had to overcome a lot of stuff just to be on that team.
Did he say like specifically?
No, not specific. He said this. He just said that people don't know what he had to overcome just to be a part of this team, and you know, for people to be doing this is really wrong. So I hope and pray this kid gets the healing he needs, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we not gonna candy coat nothing on a Trucker's Mind podcast. We seen Twitch take his life. We seen all kinds of people who smile and catch footballs and basketballs and all of this. We've heard them make attempts of taking their life or actually doing it. So it's important to understand that this is a real possibility when you treat people like this. When you feel like the whole world is looking down on you and saying, cracker, you dropped the football, you ain't no good. It's bad, just like when you hear Kyle Williams dropped 2 punts. Stupid nigger, get out of town before we run you out of town. Imagine that shit happening to you and what it will do to your mental health.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to do it. You know that case where the girl, she basically, like, I won't say for lack of a better term, coerced her boyfriend into committing suicide. And then she went to jail, or she went to prison for it.
When was this, recent?
Some years ago. They have like a Hulu series about it.
It was over the phone. She told him something.
Yeah, it was like text messages. And,
okay,
they were texting back and forth. I don't know if some of it happened in person too, but it was a case that happened. Basically, the girl. I don't know all the details, but I know the girl basically, like, you know, egged him on into committing suicide. Something he was kind of already leaning towards, but she just kind of, like, you know, helped him get there, I guess. But I would be curious to know, like, if there is, that sets a precedent for some of these other cases, right? Like maybe, you know, a person that of a certain stature, you know, that has a social media presence, they commit suicide, and then we find out that there's messages like that circulating, and are these people to be held accountable for, you know, these people committing suicide similarly to, you know, that way the girl was in that other case. So I don't know. I think it's like, we just got to be mindful of the things that we say, because it's just like, I think if any of these people really thought about it and it was like, yo, is this man's life worth a drop football in a bowl game or something like that? Right. I think most people would say no, but I just think we are so impulsive at times as human beings that, you know, sometimes we just got to sit back and think about the magnitude of stuff.
When he dropped the pass, I was like, oh, fuck, he fucked up. But that was an objective take as a football fan. It wasn't, man, look at that white boy dropping that pass at a black college. Get him the fuck out of here. That's crazy. That's when you think like that, that's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine going to a school like Colorado where Deion is going to be coaching, and you got a 5-star recruit at tight end, and that same thing plays itself out. Colorado is predominantly white, especially Boulder, Colorado. And imagine tight end goes up in a bowl game, stretches itself out, it tips out of his fingers and falls down, and then all of a sudden this replays itself again. Stupid fucking nigger, what are you doing out here dropping footballs? We might as well we should have got that big white boy out of Alabama at tight end. That's how people think. And the sad part about it is we act like we're so progressive in this world, and how, you know, no one's really racist anymore. Yes, they are. We just rebranded how we are. We've literally, how do I say this? We have revised racism. Like, instead of calling you a nigger, motherfuckers will call you a thug instead now.
Yeah.
Instead of saying outright racist stuff in public, people just go to the internet. It's no different. Shut up and
dribble.
Yeah, it's no different. Like, racism has upgraded itself to where it's not just in plain sight. It's like expressed through certain actions and certain beliefs. And it's like, man, you motherfuckers, bro. People in general need to do better, man. People got to do better. This shit is, I don't even know how much I can say about it. I think it's kind of self-explanatory at this point. But one thing that you will see on this podcast that you won't see on a lot of other ones is just an objective take on stuff, because I notice a lot of people, whether they black, white, Mexican, whatever the case, they take up for their people, and that's cool. But when your people are doing something wrong to someone else, you need to fucking speak up. Mm-hmm. When people look like me and they do something wrong, I'm a call you out. Because I don't want motherfuckers thinking that I'm just this dude that only say something when something happened to black people. Mm-hmm. You know? But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
I don't got much else to say. Keith is just completely ruining it by not having anything else to comment on it.
I mean, we hit it on the head. Stop talking crazy about white boys dropping footballs.
That's not even the point. Mm-hmm. The point is more or less, it's sick when you have a mindset that is that nigger dropped the ball, not, oh man, he blew a big play. He had a chance to make a play.
Yeah.
Man, that cracker dropped the ball. That's just your bias at work. Mm-hmm. That's got nothing to do with football.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking problem in America, is that we act like we don't have these problems, and we do.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty apparent. I mean, in all these scenarios, like not only this one, but you know, just like you said, Kyle Williams, is that his name?
Yeah,
was it
Kyle Williams from the Niners?
Yeah, when he dropped those punts, like, and even LeBron James, like, you know, one day he just shared his DMs and it was like a bunch of niggers in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Threats on his life, threats on his family.
Yeah.
You know, it got to a point now where Patrick Willis took his wife off the fucking internet. Mm-hmm. Like, people was just making comments about his wife, like, damn, she's hot, like, and she's too hot for him, or whatever the case. Just making statements about his wife a lot, and then he just took her off all his social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird to do that. Mm-hmm. And then people were saying like, oh, I should have known better. I should have known she was white.
Yeah.
Like, that shit wild. Like, we live in a country where people will say like, I don't care if you're black, white, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. Okay, keep that same energy when your white daughter bring a black guy around the family. Mm-hmm. Keep that same motherfucking energy, because I know a lot of motherfuckers don't. And it's the same thing for black folks. Mm-hmm. If we brought a white girl around the house, they'll be like, oh wow, he couldn't find a black one, huh? Mm-hmm. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You're not helping nothing. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker date one white. You could date 50 black women. You date one white girl. Now you hate black women. I literally been on a date with a black woman, and she said, you like white girls, don't you? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like, I'm on a date with a black woman that's telling me I just like white girls.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That was one of my friends was telling me about that same situation where, like, even if they've dated like Mexicans in the past or white women in the past, like, you know, the black woman is like very insecure. Like, you don't really like me. Like, you're gonna go back to a Mexican girl after we break up and all these different things.
Wow.
So, you know, yeah. It's like, dang. That's like that like people have like deep insecurities, and I think that like a lot of those are very transparent in those conversations.
It's just some of it's projection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, it's okay to just like women, like Indian, black, white, Mexican.
Yeah,
there's some people that just like women, and there's some women that just like men. I know some black women that date white guys, and they date a Mexican dude, and they date a black dude. They just like men.
Yeah,
I don't see the big deal. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, I think. And it's interesting because generally you want to have, you know, one partner, like one lifelong partner, and you know, like you said, that one partner doesn't necessarily account for your history or your relationships, you know.
Yeah, I'll leave with saying this, because sometimes I just hear certain, you know, talking heads like, you know, if you a black man and you don't got a black wife, how, you know, you just a sellout. You a sellout for the white man. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. What book did you write on how to be black? Get the fuck out of here. I can't, like, and I've heard Killer Mike say this, and I got a lot of respect for Killer Mike, but that, like, Killer Mike, stop it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Dr. Umar. Mm-hmm. Stop it. Like, you don't get to dictate how I'm black.
Yeah.
Motherfucker will see Keith's hair and be like, "You not a black man? What you doing? Why your hair like that?"
They would not say that.
No, slavery is over, Keith. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That nigga's Keith's hair is still in 1865.
Yeah.
Yep.
That nigga Eddie's hair is still in 2003. That's the last time it was here.
My shit started going in 2009.
2009.
That's when it started getting thin because I remember I grew it out. I was at work and I was like, yeah, my shit going. But I'd already been cutting it bald though.
I don't remember 2009. I don't even remember that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It just because my thing is I went to the barber and I still had some edge ups. I could grow my hair. Mm-hmm. But then I noticed it was just thin and I just like, nah, this gotta go. Mm-hmm. But through the years I had been cutting my hair off. Mm-hmm. Just because it was cheaper. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's that.
Zero all around.
Yeah, just cutting it the fuck off. Switching gears. Lionel Messi. Recently, Lionel Messi, World Cup champ, he was being harassed by Salt Bae. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Salt Bae.
That's good.
Salt Bae, the guy that, I don't know how many years ago that was. But he was, huh?
So I don't know.
Yeah. I could just talk about the story. Basically, after Lionel Messi won the World Cup, Salt Bae somehow had made it down to the field, and he was trying to get like a photo op. Mm-hmm. Right? He was just trying to get Lionel Messi's attention. He grabbed him by his arm.
That was weird.
Which was weird, and Lionel Messi looked back like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? And he tried it a couple times, and he finally got a picture, but Messi just looked like he didn't want to be around the guy. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Mm-hmm. And then the Salt Bae was taking pictures with other players and actually holding the World Cup and like kissing it. And it's like, this guy should not have any authorization even to be on the field.
Yeah.
But the reason why I thought this was an interesting story is because this is the prime example of when real world accomplishments meet internet virality. Mm-hmm. Internet virality fails in comparison to an actual real accomplishment.
Yeah.
You went viral for sprinkling salt like this, right? You think that was something that changed the world? No. No, motherfucker. You just sprinkled salt on a steak.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Yeah.
And it went viral. Okay, good. No one even gives a fuck about what you do now. You sell overpriced steaks at your restaurant. Right, and I've heard from many other people and other reviews that this place ain't even all that. It's just super overpriced, and that's what you're popular for. Okay, good for you.
Yeah,
but Messi won the fucking World Cup, man. Mm-hmm. This is not just big for soccer. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world. It is the biggest world sport, and he's one of the best players in the whole world. Mm-hmm. And he just literally has reached the apex of success as a soccer player. And you think that you sprinkling salt should get you in a picture with him?
Yeah.
You done lost your goddamn mind. If Michael Jordan had walked up, Messi would have been like, oh, can I get a picture, Michael? Michael, can I get a picture? Mm-hmm. If Jay-Z was out there, it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z, can I get a picture with you? Mm-hmm. These are men who have made real life like accomplishments of being the best at something. Messi is in the talks of Brady, Jordan. That's what Messi is. Mm-hmm. Messi's one of those guys. Do you think Ronaldo would be in one of those conversations too, or no?
Yeah, I think there's always I'm not gonna front and act like I'm the biggest soccer fan, but I do know that those are the two. Cristiano Ronaldo and him. Lionel Messi is like the back and forth, like who's the best. It's always in the conversation.
But it's a handful of guys that stick out from all sports. Mm-hmm. You know, the Wayne Gretzky stick out. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan stick out.
Jerry Rice
stick out. Motherfuckers like that, those are the guys, right? Messi's one of those guys. Tom Brady, those guys. So, and even in hip hop, the Jay-Z's of the world, Jay-Z is like literally at the top of the list of rappers.
Yeah.
So when people like that are in the vicinity of, greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people that you could look at and they understand.
Mm-hmm.
But a motherfucker sprinkling steaks with flaky salt.
Yeah.
That
Himalayan salt.
Yeah, that ain't no regular salt. That shit looked like it looked like little I don't know what that is. It looked like that crushed ice from fucking ATMPOD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that sometimes one of the things that I've noticed with these like social media people is that there's no way to like quantify it, but the most popular guy on like social media would probably get walked past, down the like outside of our office or our building out here. But there are like people that are like bona fide like superstars, and they're not really like, they don't really have a social media presence. You know what I mean? Like certain actors, like a Robert Downey Jr., right? Like obviously he's in all the Marvel movies and stuff like that, but he would shut down the mall. Like if he was walking through the Valley Plaza, like he wouldn't be able to get out of there. But Salt Bae would be a person where people would be like, oh, that dude looks familiar. And then they just walk by him. You know what I mean? Or they might have to Google it or like pull out their phone like, dang, that dude, what is he known from? Or something like that. But I don't know. It's just this weird thing. And I think that once you get a glimpse of that, and I don't know what Salt Bae was doing before, but once you get a glimpse of that like notoriety or that fame or that virality, it's like an itch. Like you gotta keep doing it. And this is probably exactly what he wanted. He probably wanted podcasters to talk about him. He probably wanted ESPN and all these other news outlets to talk about him, And what the thing that was weird for me is I thought maybe he was Argentinian. So he got on the field and I thought he was like celebrating with the guys, and then I find out this nigga's from Turkey. So I'm just like, dang, man, like I just that desire, that hunger, that need to always be in the mix is just trash.
And here's the aftermath. FIFA taking international action after Salt Bae's World Cup protocol breach. FIFA is taking appropriate internal action to address breaches of World Cup protocol by celebrity chef who held the gold trophy on the field. Soccer's governing body said Thursday. The chef, who is known as Salt Bae and is regularly seen with FIFA president Gianni Infantino. Oh, he's regularly seen with FIFA
the
president. Mm-hmm. So this motherfucker he took it too far.
Yeah. This reminds me of Kevin Hart. Remember when
but they didn't let him get up there. They said
no. Yeah, exactly.
No, he said, I gotta go up there. I'm Kevin Hart. And that's not enough.
It's not enough.
Nah, I'm sorry, Kevin. You get in everywhere by being Kevin Hart, but
I was watching this video and it was which one? Forgive me for not knowing who these rappers are, but which one of the Migos passed away?
It was Takeoff.
Takeoff, right? Okay. So Offset got arrested and he was driving his Porsche and stuff like that. And police officer pulls him up. He's like, hey, can I get your license and registration? And he was like, why? And he was like, I'll tell you, but let me get your license and registration first. And he was like, I'm famous. And then he was like, oh, he was like, who are you? He's like, I'm Offset from the Migos. He was like, okay. But it was like, he was saying he was famous, but like the officer didn't even know him. So he obviously not that famous.
No, you're not. Yeah, people need to understand. That's a great point you just made. You need to stop assuming because you have some notoriety that motherfuckers know you, right? You could be Offset, but that doesn't mean that the freaking Queen of England is going to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You're going to go out there and be like, what can I help you with? Who are you? Mm-hmm. Right? So stop that shit.
It's very niche. Like, even in Bakersfield, we have some sort of like, we're not even famous in Bakersfield, but we have a lot. I would say the type of success we have in Bakersfield is like people that we know we do something.
There you go.
We do it at a pretty high clip.
Right.
But I don't carry myself. I don't walk in this building like I'm King Tut. Like I'm just,
I'm just a guy, man. Mm-hmm. I'm just a guy. I'm not trying to And then the thing about it too is, in the coming years, when we're actually making a very lucrative living off podcasting and whatnot, and people know what we do and who we are, that still doesn't change anything, because there's a whole half of the world that doesn't even know who the fuck we are.
Yeah, I seen 2 instances. I seen there was a article where Beyonce, the person was saying, like, you know, I don't know, she might have been behind the scenes, like a production assistant, hairstylist, something, whatever, makeup artist or something. And they were just saying, like, Beyonce would go around the room and be like, hey, my name is Beyonce. And it's Beyonce. She got like top 3 most Instagram followers. And same thing with like Donald Glover, you know, or Childish Gambino. Like he would come up to you and shake your hand and say, hey, I'm Donald Glover. Because obviously more people know them than all these other people, but you know, you just never know, you know, who are in. Even like Jay-Z, there was that situation where he was on the bus. He was on the train, and she was like, hey, you kind of look familiar, like one of those rappers or something like that. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to head into a concert right now. But he wasn't like offended by it. He was just having a conversation with the older white lady. Yeah. So
there's some older white people or even older black people that don't know who Jay-Z is.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Look, man, listen here. If you are 92 years old and they say, I'm going to a Jay-Z concert, they're like, Jay who? It's like Jay-Z the rapper. He's like, who is a rapper? Who?
You say you going to a jazz concert?
Somebody get in here and change my diaper. Jay-Z know how to change diapers? Nah, man. But let me go back to where was that. Okay. Mingle with Argentinian players and posed for photos after their victory over France in an epic game on Sunday in Qatar. FIFA describes the trophy as a priceless icon, which can only be touched and held by a very select group of people, which includes former winners of the FIFA World Cup and heads of state. Following a review, FIFA has been established how individuals gain undue access to the pitch after the closing ceremony at Lusail Stadium on December 18th. The World Soccer body said the appropriate internal action will be taken. The chef, who has a restaurant in Doha, was a regular guest of FIFA with VIP access during the World Cup and posted photos and clips on social media. After Argentina's win in the penalty shootout following a thrilling 3-3 draw, he was filmed grabbing the arm of captain Lionel Messi on the field to get his attention. The soccer great seemed irritated in the film clip, though later posed for a photo with Salt Bae on Instagram.
Oh, they ended up taking a picture?
Yeah, they did. But he still didn't look happy. You know what I would do? If I was the commission or whatever, what I would do, how many of those World Cups did they have? They have multiple?
It's like every 4 years or something.
No. I'm talking about the actual
the trophy. Probably one.
Okay. What I would do is this. What I would do is I would create a brand new World Cup trophy, right? And then give it to the players. Mm-hmm. Here's why. I don't want a motherfucker that's not qualified to even touch it.
To have his DNA on it.
Yeah, I don't want this
I don't want his salty hands on my trophy.
Get your salty motherfucking sodium hands off the goddamn trophy, motherfucker. This is for winners.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's so annoying.
Yeah, this is for winners, not for anybody to touch.
Yeah, I hate selfish moments like this. I hate when people just like to insert themselves in certain situations. As much as I'm a 49ers fan and a Lakers fan, like, I am just appreciating my teams from a distance. I'm not going to be all on the field.
I don't know why I just thought about this right now. The nastiest fucking shit that happens every year in the Super Bowl is the NFL players that win the Super Bowl like, yeah, baby, we did it. Yes.
Oh, and they kiss it.
They kiss it, give it to the next motherfucker. He kiss it. Another dude rub it and kiss it. Then one person give it to the kid. The kids kiss it. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is nasty. I know we just literally have reached the pinnacle of success in football, but goddamn, it's 93 motherfuckers kissing this thing.
They passing it all, the trainers.
One of these motherfuckers just got through eating pussy, man. You can't be giving everybody
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh man,
People don't wash their hands. People ain't going to the bathroom at halftime, not washing their hands.
Man, somebody was getting it on.
Sweat.
Foreplay, they didn't even wash their motherfucking hands.
Foreplay.
Little kids got eating nachos, cheese on their fingers still. Mm-hmm. Daddy, let me hold the trophy.
It's blood. It's like, I mean, on the field, it's blood. It's like sweat. It's, all kind of grass, dirt, insects, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I remember, dude, I've seen it multiple times. And they've been doing this in the Super Bowl for many years. He kissed it. Yes, we did it. And he give it to Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice kisses Steve Young kissing it. Then the freaking commissioner kissing it. And fucking Bill Walsh is kissing it. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
They the ones that started COVID. They started it.
All passing around that football trophy.
It came from the fucking trophy, man.
Who won in 2019?
Huh?
Who won in 2019?
2019. I know Brady was in 20.
Ago.
Huh?
It was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, Brady was.
Or 3 years ago.
Brady was in 20. His was in COVID. Before Brady, it was. Why the fuck am I forgetting this?
What's he on the Patriots still? In 2019? Or he's on the Buccaneers?
No, I know this motherfucker didn't win. He didn't win back to back.
I can look it up. I'm acting like.
Did he beat Atlanta in 19?
Maybe.
Nah, ain't no way. Nah, he got put out. Before he left, got put out, so he didn't win it.
Oh, the New England Patriots won in 2019.
They did?
Yeah.
Who'd they play? The Falcons?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, they did.
Super Bowl. No, wait, what?
No, that's
right?
not. That's not.
No,
that's inaccurate. They didn't win in 19. Tom got put out. I know that just off my brain.
No, 29. Yeah, they played the Rams.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, that's what it say.
Hold on, man.
List of Super Bowl winners. Yep, Patriots and the Rams. They played in Atlanta.
And then the Rams lost. And that was in 2019?
Mm-hmm. That was one of them, the ones you don't remember.
Well, what it is because it's not in the year. It's basically 2018, 2019 season.
Yes, so it'd be February of the 2019 season.
Yep. So they actually won in 18, but it was 19.
They played in 2019.
Yeah, they played in 2019. Mm-hmm. So that it's split up like that because it's 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they won in that season, and then the next season they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Tom won it in.
That was the year Jared Goff had to be the quarterback then, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at the list here.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was recent, cuz. So I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Super Bowl championship to present, 1966.
What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for the years. Let's see.
2020 is the Chiefs. They beat the Niners.
I got it here. So yeah,
2021.
18. Yeah, not 19. Yeah, 19 is the Niners. I don't know why I forgot that. So 19 is the Niners and the Kansas. So Kansas City won 19. 20 is the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
New England played the Rams in 18. It shows it here. They played the Rams and beat them in 18. No. Patriots
20.
played the fucking Falcons, man. That's when the Falcons choked. Falcons fucking choked and came all the way back.
2018, 2016, 2017.
Is that's the Falcons one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when they made that comeback.
And then the other one was the Rams in 18.
This thing, Tom is in there every year. It's
fucking
like
ridiculous.
3 years in a row.
This is ridiculous. It just makes you forget. Then he won again there. And then the Rams, they got that. This year, the Niners going to do it.
Yeah, I think we got it this year.
Yeah, we got it this year. We ain't got no choice. Niners don't win this year.
We got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, they don't win this year. They just fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
They done, man. But yeah, there's that. If you have not, I think you have to know what lane you're in as not only as a content creator, but in your importance in the world. Mm-hmm. If you got an OnlyFans and you are on the OnlyFans doing sex stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then you try to have a serious opinion about something in the world, like we need to take care of pets and we need to be activists for this. No one gives a fuck what you have to say.
Yeah.
Like, no one gives a fuck.
The only pet they care about is that pussy.
They just want to see you give head. They don't give a fuck about you being whatever activist you are. Mm-hmm. You've already invalidated that type of shit.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, no one cares about Mia Khalifa talking about sports.
No, Mia Khalifa tried to do the sports shit, and it's like it's hard to not recognize Mia Khalifa without a BBC in the picture.
The only person to make that transition is a couple people, but one of the ones that really escaped without having really no inkling of their porn career was Sylvester Stallone.
What?
Yeah, he started out doing porn.
No way.
Yeah, before Rocky and stuff like that.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Sylvester Stallone did porn back in the day? He was in that pussy like, Adrian! I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I was fucking that pussy.
You just got to keep fighting.
Yeah, just never give up. Just keep going deep in that pussy. Just keep fighting. Never stop fighting. If it's one thing I'm never going to do is give up. Adrian, just believe in me. I got to do this.
I got to
do this for the family. Come on. On the new one, on the newer one, he was telling his son, he's like, you know, you're coming off like a quitter. You're coming off like a quitter, and I know you. You're better than that. That'd be wild. Mm-hmm. Sylvester Stallone, Childish Gambino had a bar. I don't even call it a bar, but he had like a statement he made in the song. Mm-hmm. And it's weird how he does this, and I know what it means because I'm a little closer to his age. So he'll make like these cultural statements, and I know what they mean. He's like, this relationship has gotten so Sylvester Stallone or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And what he means is like, I don't understand you. Mm-hmm. Like, like I don't understand you. Mm-hmm. The same way Sylvester Stallone kind of mumbles and you don't get it. Mm-hmm. It's some shit that I still catch now from Gambino.
Like years later.
Years later.
Yeah, I think that's I was watching that round table I was telling you about with the screenwriters and stuff like that. They were talking about Jordan Peele, and he's like the most famous person that was sitting at the table. And one of the people that was in the group that was like, yo, every time I watch your movies, I find something new. You know, I see something new in there. And I think that's like one of the qualities of good content, good art. You know, even sometimes like listening to the podcast, even our podcast, you catch little certain things like, oh, dang, I don't even remember when Eddie said that. Or I don't even remember when Keith said that. So that's the, that's the benefit of a good art. It just kind of stands the test of time.
Exactly.
You get to grow with it, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's a trip, too. Some of these comments are fucking hilarious that you guys are leaving on these posts. Mm-hmm. Somebody called Keith Manish Gambino.
Oh, yeah. There was a couple of Childish Gambino things.
Another one, the dude said, like, kind of grown Gambino or something like that.
Grownish
Gambino. That shit was funny, man. We're getting so much traction. Right now, that post, this is it's a big deal for us, man. Because we like this type of attention. We want this to be a regular thing. This fucking post, this clip got 223,000 views, man. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fucking views, man. That's a lot. And it's got likes. It's got 19,000 likes. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of likes for two guys out of Bakersfield, California, without a major platform. So
yeah,
that's where we're going. That's the energy that we needed this. Because that's the energy we taking into 2023.
To the next year, yeah.
We going into the next year with motherfucking merch. This hat I'm wearing right now. We got multiple hats. We got merch. We got virality. We got more clips.
And virality sound like Like you need to go to the clinic.
Like STD?
Yeah.
Let me change the word.
We got virality.
We got a virus, nigga.
We going viral next year.
Yeah. But we got some stuff we're definitely upgrading around here, man. So
yeah, for sure.
We appreciate everybody for staying on this long run, this very long journey.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let me go.
Let's move on to the next topic.
What was that?
Yo, Adrian. That was my bad impression.
That was a terrible fucking
Sylvester Stallone.
That sounded like him on his deathbed, nigga. God damn.
That's how that nigga sound now.
Nah, you know, it's real deep. It's like, hey, look here, Adrian. I know you want to support me. I know, but I gotta do this. I can't. I'm a fighter. I gotta do this.
I can't stay at home. I'm tired of looking at your ass.
I gotta fight the Russians before they take over Ukraine. I gotta fucking fight. Come on, Adrian. What do you want from me?
They just killed the black man. I gotta go save the day.
They killing niggas over there. I gotta fight him. I don't know what I'm doing.
Now I gotta support his son. I don't even like the kid. I don't know the kid.
I pay child support. That's all I got out of the kid. I can't take care of him emotionally. He took all of my fucking money.
Michael B. Jordan, he's trying to play a movie. I'm chilling at home. He calls me and he's like, yo, come back and play Sylvester Stallone. Come back and play Rocky in the movie.
All I eat is raviolis every fucking day over here.
Raviolis and pizza with Tony.
Your impression is getting progressively worse, kids. Fuck. All right, switching gears. A Brooklyn pastor, Lamont White. It's not Lamont. It's Lamor Whitehead.
Lamont, isn't he from Bakersfield?
Yeah, well, I went to school with a guy named Lamont.
Shout out to Lamont.
Lamor Whitehead claims innocence while facing federal fraud and extortion charges. All right, and let's get into this guy. We're bringing this guy up because originally we had him at like the top of the year, or actually no, like in 2020 we talked about this guy. He got his chain, or he got robbed during a live stream, and me and
2020,
I believe it was in 2020.
No, it was this year.
You sure about that? Because that live stream happened a while back, man. And we called bullshit on it, and then now we're, talking about it again.
2020?
It might have been recent though. Actually, might have been here. But let me go over the article. Brooklyn-based Bishop Lamor Whitehead, who became known nationally this summer. It was this summer. It was recent.
Yeah.
After getting robbed during a live stream church service, is facing wire fraud and extortion charges in an unrelated case. Whitehead, 45, is facing 2 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of extortion, and another making false statements for crimes allegedly committed against one of his parishioners and a business, federal prosecutors announced. Whitehead, known for his expensive clothes, cars, and other fancy, flashy displays of wealth, leads the leaders of Tomorrow's International Churches in New York City. In July, Whitehead and his wife were robbed of $1 million in jewelry after armed gunmen entered their church. People criticized Whitehead for his luxurious lifestyle following this incident. Others even questioned whether the robbery was real. 2 men were later arrested for the robbery. However, following the news of the federal charges brought against him, Whitehead claimed his innocence in a 15-minute-long Instagram video posted on Tuesday. In the video, Whitehead sits in front of 2 smiling portraits of himself. Wow, that's fucking ego-driven. The bishop is not guilty, and I'm going to fight it. Oh, wow, the bishop? You talk about yourself in third person? What a fucking dickhead. I have the right. I have the right legal team, and more importantly, I have God. God was. You know what, man? Look here. Some of you motherfuckers need to shut up about God, and I'm gonna tell you why. When you say I got God and you a piece of shit, I bet you God is like, man, nigga, stop bringing me up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you bring up God and you are a piece of shit and you're stealing from people, lying to people, extorting people, and you talking about God got me.
God forwarding your calls.
God is like, man, y'all could get this nigga, man. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about God, and it pisses me off sometimes. Like, stop playing with God like that.
It'd be real criminals.
Real criminals. They just shot 15 people.
They just murdered somebody and they praying they don't get pulled over on the way home.
Yeah. They'd be like, they done shot 5 people. Like, I hope his family good, man. All right, hey, man, let's get out of here. It's like, bro, you just shot him 40 times, motherfucker. Unless them bullets had holy water on them, then
niggas praying drugs get to the location safely. Lord, please let this pack get over there.
It's a song by Future. I love this song, but I look back at it, I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Remember that song, God blessing all the trap niggas?
Yeah.
Trap niggas, track niggas. I'm like, God blessing all the trap niggas. You mean the dudes that sell drugs and shoot people? Shut the fuck up, Future.
Yeah.
Shut up.
They getting money. I guess you getting blessed.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
people are terrible with that, man.
Mm-hmm.
This pastor's a joke. And the thing about it too is you got to learn. And he was literally, he basically robbed this lady of her life savings. She had $90,000 and he basically took it from her, saying like he promised her like she would get a house or something like that. And he ended up using that money to get himself a house.
That's crazy.
I'm like, the problem with this guy is he was sloppy too. He was so sloppy. He just was so blind with power. Some people become, and this is the scary part, this is what you don't want. There are certain positions of, I guess, prominence or power that people get these jobs or positions because they want that responsibility. They feel like people look at them differently.
Yeah.
That's why some people become cops. That's why some people become motherfucking pastors. That's why some people become, I don't know, what's another one that people become? You could be the manager or supervisor at Walmart. I've seen some people that was working at a job and then they become a manager and they just change.
Yeah.
They start like writing everybody up and yelling at people, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. People would be very loose with their morals. I feel like, because if you switch up because of a job title, this have been situations where, like you were saying, like people come in at the same time, and then this other person get a promotion or something like that, and he start just treating you totally different. Yeah,
it happened to me. I trained this guy named Ronnie years ago when I worked at Sears, and I trained him to do the job right and whatever like that, and then because he was a fucking kiss ass, he got promoted, and I didn't want to get promoted in the first place. I was in college, and he's like, hey, man, I need you down here to do this. I need you down here now. And I was like, who you talking to, bro? I trained you to do this job, and you still suck, right? He's like, well, I could just go tell. And I was like, go ahead and fucking tell. Go ahead and tell, motherfucker. Go tell. And, that dude he was a piece of work. And was crazy, too, it's got nothing to do with it, but Ronnie was gay. Ronnie was openly gay, but he wasn't flamboyant at all. Like, he wasn't one of those gay guys that was like, oh, my God. Like, he was just like regular dude. And I didn't know he was gay till his boyfriend showed up to work. And his boyfriend they were speaking Spanish to each other. Oh, okay. So I was like, this is a very well-traveled black man that's gay. Like, I guess he was in Spain.
Oh, he was the black, Ronnie Black.
Yeah, Ronnie's a black dude.
Dang.
Yeah, but he was like, he spoke fluent Spanish. Cause I guess he had real estate back then. Like, he had a couple houses he owned.
Yeah.
And he would like travel around the country or different countries with his boyfriend and shit. But anyways, it got nothing to do with nothing. This dude was a fucking dickhead, and I trained him. And he changed so bad. And then one of the dudes, one of the upper management told me, like, you either gonna get along with Ronnie or we're gonna have to like get you out of here to another department. I was like, that's your solution? You wanna kick me out? Cause this motherfucker is just, you tell this guy to start speaking to me with a respectful tone. You know? And he's like, I mean, look, look, I'm trying to help you out, but if you don't want to listen, I'm like, man, y'all just, these places, that's why you working at the department store, that's just the worst fucking place to work.
That's why Sears ain't in business no more.
Yeah, Sears is a terrible fucking place to work.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll say this. I may or may have not stole a lot of shit out of that place. Okay?
That was a wild statement.
The statute of limitations have passed. That was what, 2007, 8.
Yeah.
But I may or may have not stolen a lot of shit out of Sears when I was in college.
Eddie, you gonna have a fire biopic.
What do you mean?
when we get to that story.
Yeah,
Who's gonna play you in your biopic?
I may or may have not. I may or may have not stolen a lot of TVs out of that fucking store when I worked there.
Yeah.
Not the proudest moment.
Yeah.
But like I said, I may or may have not have done that.
Yeah.
Without the college, man. And I may or may have not made a pretty penny off of doing it because I was fed up. And
especially with inflation.
Yeah, back then, because back then, those flat screen TVs, 45, 50-inch TVs, they costed over $2,000 back in 2007. So I may or may have not taken a $2,600 TV and sold it for $1,200. I may or may have not done that.
Allegedly. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's one of those things. It's something I never really outwardly mentioned. You know, it was a very. I would never do anything like that. You know, if I was to ever do anything like that. But
allegedly, you sound like O.J. Simpson. If I was to steal these TVs out of Sears, this is exactly what I would have did.
Yeah, if I was to stab my wife 40 times.
Yeah.
This is the knife I would have used.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the knife that I got off a infomercial. This is an as seen on TV knife. This nigga OJ took a turkey.
I would have used OxyClean to clean up the blood.
Man, this motherfucker stabbed his whole family. He stabbed the wife and girlfriend with a goddamn turkey knife, man.
That's crazy.
This motherfucker took a Thanksgiving knife to the people, man.
Wait.
Yeah, you know.
Then he put the glove in the dryer, so it shrunk on him.
Yeah, he knew what the fuck he was doing. I seen he just did an interview with Full Send. That's what he did. He did an interview with Full Send, and I seen the comments. That shit had me dying. They said something like, "Oh, OJ finally taking a stab at podcast." Huh? Somebody else said, "Like, look at OJ taking a slice out of life."
They did that whole podcast with no cuts.
No cuts, no edits. Oh man. They say, hey, you keep messing, you keep poking the bear, right? OJ, when he was about to get released, they said something. Do you have remorse for your crimes? Because he had the crime he got arrested for years is when he was getting the memorabilia. He's like, honestly, I feel like I had not done much wrong, but I do feel sorry for the harm I may have caused on others at that time. OJ's still rich, you know that, right?
I believe it.
OJ's still getting money, and he's still got white girls too.
I wonder how he is getting money.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He probably got real estate or something somewhere.
I don't know. I mean, you're O.J. Simpson and you stab people. So more. And here's the thing, though. I got to be careful with saying that because we could end up getting a cease and desist.
Defamation or something.
You get a defamation lawsuit. O.J. will be like, I'm listening to your podcast and I liked it until you accused me of stabbing my family. If I was to stab my family, I wouldn't want people to find out about it.
I feel like he done beat some people up over some comments.
Oh, he probably has.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, you think it's a joke? Meet me at 7-Eleven right now.
Yeah.
Meet me at 7-Eleven. I'll send you to heaven. OJ was quick too, man. OJ was really athletic. So even at his age now, he doesn't look bad for his age.
Yeah, he still be out there golfing.
Yeah, man.
That nigga be having. It's just weird because he'll have takes, like Tory Lanez. He shouldn't say nothing about this case. And you like, nigga, you done killed. You done slaughtered people.
Yeah. You shouldn't be stabbing nobody. If you're going to do it, you got to get the right knife. Go to Macy's and get it. Go to Macy's. Oh, man.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that is so crazy. Just the fact that's the thing about the law. It's not about who did what. It's really about what you can prove in court.
Yep.
And these lawyers get paid handsomely to make sure that they people get off. You're not getting this. I think Johnny Cochran was getting so much money, and they were saying O.J. Simpson was like signing memorabilia and stuff like that to make money to fund the case, and it worked out.
Yeah, man. I just think that they did a huge disservice to OJ when they released these new Broncos, man.
Yeah, people still driving them mugs.
Yeah, there's one version of the Bronco now. It's the biggest version, and that one looks kind of cool. I've seen people put like lift kits on it and shit. I'm like, okay. But like that's like nothing like the OJ one. That's nothing like the OJ Bronco. OJ made the Bronco what it is.
For sure.
Because when I see people I seen a dude with an Eddie Bauer version of the Bronco, and I said, man, I like that OJ style Bronco, and he started laughing. He was like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I think we've all like
we know where that
is, man.
You know where that Bronco come from.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even like coherent then. You know what I mean? What was that? What year was that?
Oh fuck. That had to be 93 or 4, 93 or 4. No, 94.
94.
Had to be 94, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember. Well, either way, I don't remember it in real time, but I still know that it's just a wild case. It's so crazy. No one ever talks about like mental illness when it comes to O.J. Simpson.
I mean, but that happened before. What happened with OJ happened before the overall conversation of mental health.
No, not necessarily that, but I'm saying like in retrospect, we have a lot of these conversations. Like they'll say like Edgar Allan Poe might have been like battling depression, or Jeffrey Dahmer was dealing with X, Y, and Z. All these definitions, but no one ever said like what O.J. Simpson. They just like we just laugh at him.
Yeah, I guess OJ's living it up. He's 75, man. OJ is doing his thing, man.
I wonder, are people gonna be sad when he die?
OJ? No, I don't think anybody's gonna be sad when OJ dies. That's crazy. OJ though, even OJ was to be in prison and shit and get out. OJ still looks good for his age, man. He still looks like he can stab a motherfucker right now.
Yeah.
So you think this is a game, young man?
Yeah.
You said something a long time ago about OJ. That shit had me dying.
What I said?
He said something like, look here, young man. I ain't about to play with your ass. OJ, like, he got some killer strength. Like, he'll just grab you by your arm and you be like, hey, man, hey, man.
Play football, man.
Yeah.
He just look like he got a neck.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell like he used to really run niggas over.
Yeah, they got this story. OJ denies rumors that he's Chloe's dad.
There's just so much weirdness circling around our family. You can't even acknowledge it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. His wife was having an affair with was Ron Goldman.
Was she having an affair, or were they separated?
Nah, I think they were still together. But this is O.J. Simpson. He believes his lies and is pitiful, says Nicole's sister.
How do you lose that case? This is the same. This is the same. Like this is the same situation. Like what you realize, when you really start doing deep dives into these, like the district attorneys and stuff like that. It's like, how would I put this? Some people go D1 and some people go JUCO, and then some people go like Division I AA. Some people go like D2, D3. So when you getting paid handsomely, like you got a law firm like Johnny Cochran's and a team like that, that's the Ivy League schools, because there's no cap to your pay. Like you get paid as good as you are. But I think sometimes when you're working for the state, you probably are not necessarily as good as some of these other lawyers, because you're kind of seeing it in the Tory Lanez versus the state or whatever it is, because they're presenting the way that the state is presenting the information and some of the things that they've overlooked and how the witnesses weren't cooperating, the way that they thought they were. Like Tory Lanez, probably by the time y'all hear this podcast, he probably gonna be a free man, and he gonna be right back on social media.
And that's not because he's innocent. It's just because it has to be proven without a shadow of a doubt that he did it.
For sure.
And it's looking like they're not gonna prove that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was that whole case. It was a clusterfuck though, Keith. There was shit going on in that case that was off. Like, I forgot who it was. The defense or somebody. That guy was fucking one of the chicks from the other side. It was crazy. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Who you talking about?
Here it is. I'm looking at it right there. Chris Darden. Chris Darden was fucking that white chick. Hold on. Chris Darden took over that fucking Nipsey case. Remember, he went pro bono for fucking Nipsey's killer.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely, I do remember that. People were like, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah, Chris Darden, and it was.
Yeah, did we talk about that on pod? Because we
did. But Chris Darden was supposed to be. I'm trying to remember the chick's name right now.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I remember that in the documentary.
Darden Fall Simpson. Oh man,
Johnny Cochran. I went into his. I guess the way that Johnny Cochran's business was set up. I mean, I don't know. He's obviously passed away now, but I had walked into one of the. I guess it's like a section of his business. Like it was in this building in LA somewhere, and I walked in and it was like Johnny Cochran Law Firm or something like that.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see. Basically, Chris fucking Darden was sleeping with that chick, I believe. I just like to get the information.
The white girl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why they lost. Nigga sleeping on the job.
Yeah, they was in there fucking. Like OJ probably did it. I'm not sure. Here it is. Hold on. Click on it right here. You could tell they was fucking too. And he said it. Chris Darden says he's guilty of hooking up with Marcia Clark. Yep. You can see it. You could tell in some of these old still pictures that he was fucking her. Women only look at you like that when you fucking them. Look at this picture right here.
Yeah.
That's how I fucked you face.
He was giving her deep strokes.
Yeah, he's like, you think OJ did it? You think he did it?
OJ did it without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, man. Yeah. There's that. You want to go and wrap this up? You want to knock down that last one?
What's that?
The plus size?
I mean, it's up to you. We could talk about it if you want to.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and switch gears. Switching gears. We're going to wrap this up right now, man. Recently, a plus-size Brazilian model was not able to board a plane because they said she was too big. And now let me go ahead and put that article up real quick. And here it is right here. Court orders airline to pay for Court orders airline to pay for psychotherapy for Brazilian plus-size model who was stopped from boarding because she was too big for her seat. A court has ordered the airline to pay for therapy for a Brazilian plus-size model who claimed she was stopped from boarding the flight because she was too big for her seat. Social media influencer Juliana Neme, 38, claimed earlier this year she was stopped from boarding a Qatar Airways flight because she was too large and accused the Middle Eastern airline of discriminating against her due to her size. In a post, her 167,000 Instagram followers, Juliana said at the time, "They are denying my right to travel. I'm desperate. Help me. They don't want me to board because I'm fat." Now, a court in Sao Paulo, Court of Sao Paulo has ordered Qatar Airways to pay for psychotherapy for Juliana so she can come to terms with the distress caused by the incident.
Wait.
Let me finish this shit.
To come to terms with it.
Yeah, the company had earlier responded to Ms. May's claims by insisting she was extremely rude and aggressive to check staff. Okay, let me be very clear here, man. There's a lot of things in life that are black and white, and this is one of them. A lot of airlines do talk about if you are over a certain size, you got to pay for 2 seats.
Mm-hmm.
you can't, and let's be clear when I say this, because I'm a pretty big guy myself, even though I work out, but I'm not so big that I'm taking 2 seats. Mm-hmm. When you are that big, you can't say somebody is discriminating against you. Like, the world is just the world. And that's what it is. You are that big. You literally are that big, man. You can't be tripping on people because they can't let you on the flight. They wanted you to pay for another ticket. And it's kind of, and honestly, as fucked up as it might seem, if you're taking up 2 seats, why are you paying for 1 ticket? That shit is wild to me, man. We got to stop this. And we have to stop the whole idea of people saying fat shaming this and fat shaming that. Sometimes you just fucking fat. Sometimes you are, man. Sometimes you just fat, and that's what it is. And everybody is not being discriminated. That's like me going to any place. I go down the street right here, the Del Taco, and a person get their order before me and be like, oh, because I'm black, you couldn't give me my order first? Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is too much, man. We have to stop this shit. We have to stop this idea, this victimology, this victim mentality. Every time something happens, it's because, oh, I'm this, or because I'm big, or because of it's like, man, and stop comparing your struggle to other people's. You big by choice. All you got to do is work out and lose some fucking weight. If somebody is black or Mexican or Jewish or whatever they are, and somebody discriminates on you for being black, you can't change the fact that you black. But you
I didn't get black by eating a bunch of hamburgers.
Right. I didn't eat so many burgers that my skin turned the same color as the patties. Okay. So I can't change the fact that I'm black, but you can change the fact that you got to get 2 fucking seats.
You can change the fact that you fat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the real world. I'm sorry if you're too sensitive to take this information on, right? And the fucked up thing too, it's the same people, right? People have selective morality. They will pick and choose what they choose to be offended by. Like, we shouldn't be fat shaming. That's wrong. We should protect people that are obese or whatever. Same person turn around, man, we got to get these Jews out of here. What the fuck is wrong with people? People to be like, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And then they'll turn right around and say some racist ass shit about somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, bro, cut this shit out, man.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on this psychotherapy thing. Like, what so they're getting, and it said to come to terms with I forget what the exact quote was, but it sounded like they were getting her therapy for her to realize like she big or something like that.
Yeah, that's just fucking delusion.
Yeah.
It's delusion, man. And we also got to understand that when we're propping things up that are not good. I just talked about rappers and how they have a bad message, and a lot of that stuff is at the forefront of society, and it's not good information. It's not something good. We have to stop acting like being obese is okay. It is not okay to be obese. It's not. I watched my father go through many applications, go through many complications from being overweight. Mm-hmm. I watched my aunts, like my aunt that passed away back when I was in high school. She had sleep apnea. Okay, don't fucking try to convince me that it's okay, because it's not. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Yeah.
I've seen how bad it could be for people when they gain a bunch of weight and they got sleep problems and all kind of shit, man. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to shame anybody because of their weight, but what I'm not here to do is appropriate something that's not beneficial. Mm-hmm. If I go up to somebody and I say, man, you should be fat. Like, why are you in shape? Man, gain some weight, bro. Gain like 250 pounds. Mm-hmm. People will look at you like you fucking stupid. Because nobody, at the end of the day, nobody is like, I'd rather be fat than be in shape.
Yeah.
People don't really fucking feel that way. They can say whatever they want. They don't feel that way. They mm-hmm. really don't. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
If you're a bigger person and you're struggling with your weight, hey, man, check it out. It's okay to not feel completely comfortable with how you feel, but you can still do something about it. You can legitimately make some decisions to change your life. It's no different than being broke. If you flat broke and you ain't got no money and you tired of being broke, you start getting desperate and looking for any way to find an outlet to help you make more money. Mm-hmm. And eventually you'll find that. Mm-hmm. It's no different than doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I will say that like the weight, the obesity is like almost like the easy way out in a sense. Like there's is it easier to chase your dreams or is it easier to do nothing?
Easier to do nothing.
Yeah, so same thing in terms of your weight. Like I don't like waking up and going to the gym like at 5 a.m. Like I'd rather just lay in the bed and just chill. I would rather it's 12:28 a.m. right now. I would rather be asleep. But it's just you just got to do it. You got to discipline yourself enough to go out there and do the work or eat healthy or watch your calories and all these different things.
Me and Keith do this shit like we getting paid big money to do it.
Yeah, we made maybe like somebody sent us like $20 once.
So it's like that's what people need to understand too, man. Is literally like it's midnight right now. Me and Keith are doing a podcast on a Thursday night. And doing things like that. And actually getting a reward from it it means something. But when you're just overweight and you expect the whole world to make reservations for you, that's not how the fucking real world works. Good luck. Good luck if you think that's how the world works. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you go out into this world with this idea that motherfuckers are supposed to care. No, they're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't expect motherfuckers to care about nothing that I'm doing, and I feel like that's a positive that's a positive attitude. When somebody says something about the podcast, like "Yo, I love that last episode," or "Man, you guys did a great job of doing that," or whatever, I'm always a little bit surprised. Like, "Hey, man, thank you for listening."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because I don't expect you to give a fuck, but I appreciate that you do.
I think that sometimes we got to start controlling our own narratives too.
Yeah.
Like. I don't like to equate like her situation to like civil rights, but when certain groups of suppressed people, I can't think of the word right now, but certain groups that were just kind of like held down by laws and all these other things, they sometimes you just create your own, like for black people, for instance, like creating like Black Wall Street, where there's a bunch of black businesses and thriving and stuff like that. So I think that in terms of what she could do is, she could fight back or, maybe start to, and I don't condone this because, it kind of absolves like people from being healthy, but creating like planes that fit healthier, big boned people. Or she can. That's
not even a real thing.
Yeah, I know it's not.
Niggas got the same size bones.
Yeah, but she can, or she could just take matters into her own hands in terms of just losing the weight and being comfortable in it. It's those seats is uncomfortable for me. Like, and I'm not obese, but it's just like I just imagine you just want to be comfortable in those seats, anyways.
Yeah, man, 100%. But yeah, man, just in general. Whatever you got going on, if it may not be the best, like there's some people that are mad because there's no more menthol cigarettes, right? Like, can you tell me how smoking cigarettes are a good thing? Can you give me a definitive reason of why, cigarettes are a good thing? They're not. Like, it's like basically your effort and energy about being mad is going into something that doesn't benefit you at all.
Yeah.
You just choose to live in these fucked up habits and you making it like it's real. And it's like, and then here's the response. Well, just let people do what they want. I'm not here to suppress nobody. Do what you want, but shut the fuck up in the meantime. You don't got the right to be telling motherfuckers how they should move, right? If you want that same energy, like let people do what they want. Okay, fine. But you don't get the right to tell me, oh, you're discriminating against me because you won't give me 2 seats. Nigga, this is my plane.
I would say, too, for just anybody, especially her, like, go where you're wanted.
There you go.
Like, if that air airplane service or whatever, or that airline doesn't accept you, I'm sure there's, 4 or 5 other airlines that would gladly take your money. Mm-hmm. So, I don't like that. I don't like this thing where, we go to, whatever, it could be a Taco Bell or something, and you get bad service or somebody's not, they're being racist there, or whatever the case may be, and we're complaining about it on the internet, and then only to go back. Or, the people that be like, oh, Gucci, they racist in here. I'm just trying. It was some dude shopping in like Forever 21, and he was doing a vlog. And they were like, hey, sir, they're asking you to leave. And he's like, why do I need to leave? I'm just in here recording a video. I'm about to buy all these clothes right now. And he's like, sir, they're saying you're in here recording. We don't want you to record. And, they're asking you to leave. Can you please leave the store right now? He's like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm about to spend good money in here. I'm like, dog, why are you arguing with them to spend money where you're not even wanting?
Because you're just looking for a fucking story to tell on the internet like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look. You got nothing. You don't have no real purpose in life besides trying to go for a viral moment where you calling somebody out for being racist.
Yeah.
When in actuality, you just being difficult.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like motherfuckers like that, because there's somebody in this country that's being legitimately discriminated against for probably the color of their skin. But your stupid ass is just blaming everybody for being racist when they not even being racist. You just being difficult. Mm-hmm. Whenever you do shit like that, there is somebody with a legitimate oppression going on, and they're being taken less seriously because of motherfuckers like you. Mm-hmm. That's my issue. Mm-hmm. It's like everybody want to be oppressed nowadays.
Yeah,
I'm overweight. I'm overpressed. No, you just overeating. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all the fuck that's going on.
Yeah,
you're not oppressed. You overeating.
Yeah. There's too many calories.
Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I got nothing else to say about this matter, man. I just hope that me and Keith brought enough energy to carry y'all into Monday when you drag your ass back into work, man. Mm-hmm. But
I couldn't wait till that topic was over.
Whatever. This nigga's stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that was clever. Oh man. Oh man. All right, man. Let's get the fuck out of it. Let's wrap this shit up. Hey man, if you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're out of here.
Peace.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right.